Welcome back to the next to last war in Season 22. This is war number 11 versus Made in Brazil. And my team today is going to be none other than the Human Torch himself, along with OG Vision, who puts in a ton of work, and my old school girl, Magic. So this war here, I've got 10 fights, so it is a little bit of a longer war. Some interesting matchups, and then a crazy, what I feel is like one of the most skilled fights, boss fights I've taken in a while, which happens to be a 6-3 red Magneto, and I'll take him with Torch. So first up here, we've got Mojo. I'm just moving up a little bit till I get energy to clear, because I've got 4 fights right here out of the gate. So we'll throw on some medium boosts at this point in the season, especially with how many I've got and how many we continue to get. I have no problem throwing on the medium boost. Allows me to claim a few out of the overflow, actually. So this Mojo here, all I got to do is be knocking him down. And same thing with Maw coming up next. And I'm going to use the combat regen just to stay topped off. And you're going to see that it works out swimmingly. So idea here, as always with Mojo, I didn't take off Dex, because seeing him this early in the map too, he doesn't have the health pool that some of the, if he was placed later in the map would have. And he's actually really SP1 happy, so it turns out great for me. I don't have to trigger Dex trying to bait a special or anything. Right there, I should have been a little bit more careful with my Fury dropping off, because he all of a sudden, all their debuffs fall off. But I threw the SP1 into his block just to create space in case he tried to punish me after I tried to get that heavy off. So he's fallen right here. I took a hit. I was like, what just happened? But wasn't sweating it too much. At that point, I was already in Nova Flame, and anytime he hits me, it's gonna hurt him. So perfect fight in my opinion, except for getting hit, of course, but that happens. Ebb and Flow knockdown. So one of the cool things about Torch is that even if the Falter is active and I've got 10 heat charges, I cannot miss. So I really don't even have to pay attention to his, his miss mechanic, I guess it is, or his counter. And I am going to continue to knock him down because that's how I get my damage in. And I'll take my openings anywhere I can get them. Of course, he does have the heavy hitter, I think it's called, where I cannot punish his heavy attacks, but that's fine too. He's falling down. Life is going good. And this here is probably gonna just about do it. He's stunned. My Fury's up. Oh yeah. Yeah, maul down. So he's no match for a Torch, man. No match whatsoever. Now the Sorcerer Supreme, she has the node, and this is a stubborn global, of course, so if I Dex, she'll be indestructible. She's got the steady build-up Fury, but I won't get any debuffs on me, so I'm not worried about that. And then it has the power alternator, so I kind of got to keep an eye on my power bar. But for the most part, it's pretty much just play it straight up, and don't even worry about it. Bait special ones or special twos. Yeah, like I said, doesn't really matter. It's Torch against a Mystic, and they just don't stand a chance here. So throw the SP1 into my block, gives me Smolders. Throws another SP1 due to the power alternator. Once again, Smolder charge is just building up to 11 here. Get the reparry. It's like, okay, just gonna block it. Get free willpower healing off of the armor break. And I think she's gonna throw a special too. And all I know I gotta do here is just create space, and the power sting, and the Incinerate's killer with a full yellow bar for me, so couldn't be happier. This next fight is a super long one. I wanted to go the safe route versus trying to bait any specials with Torch. I'm just going to use Magic with a Power Start 1 boost, lock her down, and not even worry about it, to be honest. She does have Power Snack, so if I Dex, so I want to avoid that, she would gain power. And then otherwise, it's a Magic lockdown fight, and I will take out a huge portion of this fight. I just want to show the beginning. So I start out blocking, and I see that I'm in Limbo, and I go ahead and eat a combo to build some more power. Worked out perfect. Back to a full yellow bar. And after I get off this special 2, this fight's over. So we are going to go ahead and skip forward to the end. I like to do 4-hit combos and dash back when I can parry. You can see here I've lost 12% health just from chip damage. 4 hits, dash back, parry, over and over and over again until I get 175 hits and finish the fight. So super easy, just a long fight, and just got to make sure you don't miss a parry basically. I had one point where the game kind of glitched at me on that fight, and I missed my parry, but I just kind of backed up. Oh, I wanted to show this because I always think it's so cool when you see three of your guys moving all at the same time. Boom, 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 knocking them down like bowling pins. It's good. It's fun. I just happened to log in to see it. So I'm on to my next fight here. This will be part of the final push. I go ahead. I do use a 20% boost because I would have gone a 30, but I wasn't sure if one of our guys was going to be available because we tagged him. It had been like 20 minutes, hadn't heard from him, and some of our other guys needed to move before bed. It's getting late at this point, so I went ahead with the 20% green boost. And this fight here, once again, very similar mechanic to Maw. If he falters me, Human Torch can't miss, and of course all of Mr. Professor X here, his attacks are energy based, so they're constantly keeping my temperature ramped up. You can see here, I think in just a moment, yeah, miss failed, so he can't even and I don't know what happened there, but I was like, well, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and punish it since you're just gonna stand there, buddy. Encroaching stuns getting ready to hit. Let off the SP1 to the face. I do want to bait this special too. Well, I thought I wanted to, and then he just kind of like wouldn't throw it, and I was like, well, alright, I got power, he's about to die, I got my special too. Cool. Like, don't even throw it then, dude. So, yeah, Torch just melts him. Beautiful fight. Nothing to it. Alright, next up we got Domino. God, Domino doing Domino things. I'm bringing OG Vision for this fight just because he's a... the node doesn't really affect her. It's all about, like, buff and balance weakness and redoubled determination, so she doesn't get any buffs. So it's a very straightforward fight. You just have to really watch out for when she's lucky, right? And Vision's power burn can fail, which I don't know why I got a crit fail there because it did power drain her, but once again, Domino doing Domino things. So here, good start. This is a rank 3, and I am, you know, boosted pretty good. So I'm not too concerned about that. I just got to watch out for whenever she goes lucky, because she can either crit fail my parries like that, or she can evade. And you're going to also see what really happens here in just a few seconds is that her stun duration off the parry gets shortened significantly, and it kind of catches me off guard, and I eat a full combo to the face. Thankfully she didn't like do the whole perfect thing where it stun locks me. There it was, boom. It's like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Look at that, go from like 90 some odd percent health to 44. And now I gotta be careful because A, chip damage, and B, if she continues to crit fail me, I will degenerate, right? So I gotta watch out for that and just make sure I play this as absolutely as safe as possible. I really don't want to be doing too many combos into her when she's lucky. I don't even really want to be parrying at this point. I'm just gonna wait out those timers. There you go, crit fail, bunch of chip damage. SP2 thankfully power drains. Rip off the SP1. Okay, so I've kind of come back. 35% me, 26% her. Let the lucky fall off. Okay. Right there I got a little bit lucky. As soon as I did it, I knew I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have thrown that final light attack when she was lucky. But it didn't whiff. She didn't evade it and punish me. So survived that. 34% down to 12. There you see my power burn failed. But I'm okay. 10, 9, 8, 5%. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling the home stretch right here. Like I said, I knew that the stun would fall off fast. Don't even want to punish. I'm going to wait out her lucky. She enters it again. I'm playing this safe because I know I've got enough health to survive. And whew, she goes down. That was a close one, man. I was really I got pretty nervous after eating that 5-hit combo so early on. It was just like, gosh, man. Hate Domino. So dumb. Next up, Colossus, 6-3. It is buff and balance weakness. So as he, of course, is going to get a lot of buffs, it's going to put weaknesses on me and just means I need to use my special attacks. He does have Rich Get Richer, which means he's going to be gaining power constantly. So the whole plan is just to lock him down with Magic's SP2 and then weave in some SP1s here and there to nullify some of those and do a little additional damage. And so what you're going to see here, it's going to go pretty straightforward. It's just another Magic fight, so I am going to skip a big portion of this once I get him power locked, because after that it was all simple parry and SP2s to the face just to keep him under control. So you can see here I'm not doing any damage, like 100 and something, 500 crit, yeah. But this will reset it, and now the fight is completely under control. Jump ahead, 130 hits later, and about 2 minutes. Magic's in great shape, and he's down. So yeah, I was weaving in some SP1s in there. If I got enough power back from the boost to keep him power locked and throw the special one, but it was really straightforward. So last little bit here, I do heal up vision, and a couple of my boosts fell off. And I also, I should have used the magic, the mystic boost ahead of time. Throw on the 30 because now it's time for the final push into the boss. And we got this rank 3 6-star Abomination, Immortal Abomination here. This node has kinetic transference and powerful from afar. So there's no way for me to power lock him. I just got to keep him power burned, right? And he's got kind of a crazy SP1. I know that the SP2 I don't want to try to even fool with whatsoever. So it's just basically kind of slow down my combos from time to time, let synthesis kick in, keep him power burned, and the fight goes pretty well. So I want to stay close right here because if I back up, he'll gain power. And right there, he puts a Petrify debuff, but it didn't really affect my power gain too much, so I wasn't overly concerned about that. Getting off the SP2 always feels good, just completely taking away all of his power. And the reason I didn't use magic here is because he does have a 15% chance to poison on contact. I wasn't sure how strong that was, and then with how long a fights magic has, it can go poorly. So I got my synthesis, complete power drain, perfect. The SP2 gives him a lot of power, so yeah, I always wanted to be careful about that. But I'm just kind of slowing my combos, just kind of, playing slow, keeping him power drained. And I know at some point he's going to end up getting to another special 2, which is about coming up here in a second. I'm going to block this to get indestructible off. Alright, perfect. So yeah, it's going good. What happens is, you'll see, I eat a special 2 to the face. Now while it doesn't give him a bunch of power, it hurts. It hurts. So right here, boom, lay that off, and then I'm like, man, he's got to throw this. He does. And I dash back at just the wrong time. Thankfully, no crits. Takes a ton of my health, unfortunately. And now I'm like, oh man, he's ahead of me, like 24 to 25%. I was like, all right, slow it down again, regroup. This is Vision's last fight, so I was gonna take the Dragon Man mini with him, but with how good Magic is, I just wanted to get out of this fight alive, and then I'll worry about that Dragon Man here in a minute. So he goes down. OGV putting in work. 6-star would be cool, but stones are too hard to come by, and plus, man, he's expensive, so. No thank you at this point. Dilly's moving up here with me. He's going to go ahead and move over to that Nova with his 6-3 Red Hulk. And I'm going to go into this fight with Magic. And there is a White Magneto pre-fight placed on this, so I can stun as often as I like. And Limber doesn't even come into play. And then it does have the Petrification Ray also, which helps right at the beginning. I won't be refreshing it because all I got to do once I get to my special 2 is just keep him locked down. And I think this is yet another fight that I will kind of fast forward. I just want to show the beginning. So parry to get the power gain off of them, and you can see the white mags pre-fight for magic. Just, I mean, putting in work, right? I can parry as often as I like. SP2, he is locked. I could have blocked this probably just to get some willpower healing, but it's her last fight. I'm not too concerned. We're gonna go ahead and jump on ahead to the end. It's 4-hit combos, dash back, parry, throw these special 2s when you got him, keep him power locked. He has no willpower healing, so it goes down pretty quick. So I mean, 3:20 left on the clock. Was that a minute and 40 seconds or so, a minute and a half? That really wasn't one of the longer magic fights, so that went really well. Waiting on Dilly here to drop him off. I'm going to go ahead and drop off Nova, and I'm just going to place my debuff, double check that, or my pre-fight, and double check that everything is in place, ready to go. So I've got the flame on, I've got some other pre-fights on there. I think the white mags pre-fights on there. Double check it here, yep. So flame on and the white mags pre-fight, I'm good to go, get that extra attack, and we'll get going. So Dilly drops him the one shot. We have one death as a BG, and I've never taken a Magneto boss here. I do know that I cannot punish his heavies. There's a super tight window that's not worth risking on his heavies to let the unstoppable fall off. So I did some duels. I had a game plan, and my game plan was to hopefully let him 5-hit into my block and give me an opening, but he does go ahead and throw some heavies, but I'm just building smolder charges. I do want to try to get an intercept off if I can, and then also just keep him pushed back, and you'll see where my other part of my plan comes into play here. And bait SP1s, which I do not plan to punish unless the timing's right. So I want to use the left wall to bank against and use a light attack to counter, and then keep him pushed out, right? He goes 5 hits there, he dexes me, throws the special one, but here, that's the timing and the spacing where I can actually punish. Goes 5 hits, but he parries me. I'm just like, dude, I didn't feel like I was that slow. So here's where my whole game plan changed. I thought, you know what? I'm going to wall bank this guy the rest of the fight. I throw my special 2, because not only does it put 2 more Nova Flames on him, but it heals me up with adrenaline. So I do want to bait the special 1, and then I'm going to purely be doing wall banks from here on out. So all I need him to do is throw this. I don't like the spacing. I want to back up. Come on. There you go. Dash back, light attack. I go ahead with the 5 hits just to keep a little bit more spacing there. That's the timing and spacing where I can actually punish it. That one I didn't like as much, so I'm going to back right on up to the corner. Light attack, counter. Instead of doing the normal 3 hits, I go ahead and do either 4 or 5, get my spacing back, and this fight is now mine. That one there was the type of spacing where you could punish, but he was at 5%. I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to risk getting parried or eating a combo to the face just for, you know, a hopeful opening. So yeah, that went great. The wall bank worked perfectly. He is not stubborn, so he can't go indestructible. Torch melts him. Got up 25, 30 Nova Flames or smolder charges. So those incinerates do just insane damage. A ton of people watching. I posted that we were going to be doing our final push, and I wanted to thank the guys for their support. We ended up BG3, congratulations on their donut, put up a 0 death war. BG2 put up a 1 death, and I think we're at like 2 overall as an alliance, and we're almost finished. And they're finished with around, I think, 14 or 15. So we did end up winning this war. One more war to wrap out the season. This does secure Masters for us. So it has been a little bit of a wild ride, but one of our most historically great seasons in 4Loki history. So really proud of everybody's performance, and we'll see you guys here with the next one, and then we'll be opening some war rewards and feature crystals when they drop here in about 10 days. So we will see you in the next one. Take care.